When I saw Pogacar jump into an ice-cold tub of water during the Tour de France, it made me wonder what was the benefit of doing this besides cooling down. Was there any athletic advantage to gain? So that brought us to this point where we decided that we are going to spend the next 90 days taking cold plunges to see if it will make us a faster cyclist. So I spend a lot of time riding my bike, whether that's out by myself exploring the city, going on rides with friends, or going on group rides with clubs. I'm just out there having a good time. But at the end of the day, there is one thing that drives me, and I just want to get that little bit faster. Because we all love New Bike Day, a lot of times we look at getting a brand new bike as a way to get that extra speed. That isn't always viable and not necessarily the best way to get faster on the bike. So we're now at the part of the season where summer is over, it's winter, we're going to spend a lot of time on the trainer, and I figured it was a good opportunity to see if I could make myself a faster cyclist. I thought about the times that I saw Pogacar jumping in an ice tub after the rides in the Tour de France and figured if I were to do that after my training rides, would it help me become a faster cyclist? So what we're gonna do is for the next 90 days, cold plunge after every training ride and then see at the very end, did my FTP increase? So of course that means I have to start off with an FTP test. Not my favorite thing in the world. So for those of you who don't know, FTP, or functional threshold power, is the amount of watts that a cyclist can hold for an hour consistently. Now, cyclists will do tests from time to test to see where they are at. Me personally, I hate these tests. I don't like doing them, but for the sake of this, I did it. So I jumped on Zwift and did an FTP test. The results, to start, were 249 watts, or an average of 2.9 watts per kilogram. So in order for this to happen, we needed a cold plunge tub that was easily accessible no matter where we were doing our training rides. And that's where the good people at Culture came in. They supplied us with their classic plunge tub. It's an inflatable, portable tub that you can put virtually anywhere. We set ours up in the studio right next to the bike. So the moment that we got off from our training rides, we could jump right into the tub and do that for the complete 90 days. So today marks the day we're going to start cold plunging after our training rides. So we're going to hop on Zwift here, do our ride, and then we're going to do our first cold plunge and see how that goes, see how long I can actually last in this tub of ice water. So for my first dip, I did kind of know what to expect. I had watched a ton of videos on cold plunging, read a bunch of literature on the benefits of it, and kind of knew what to expect. I had a plan. I was just going to get in there really fast. And the moment that I hit that cold water, it kind of all went out the window. Oh my God, this is freezing cold, man. Oh my God. So I'm gonna have to put this camera down to kind of focus on things. Oh, we are shivering. Ooh. It overall feels not too bad. I definitely cooled down really fast since the race. But first plunge here. It is something else. So far we're a minute 9 into it. So I can feel my body shiver. My legs are definitely cold. I can feel them kind of move a bit. I think that's the body trying to heat up. Hands are pretty icy. I'm just trying to relax and focus on the breathing. It's much better. We're at 3 minutes and 38 seconds. I think that's not bad. Like I said, if I focus on the breathing and being relaxed, it's not so bad. You can see my muscles actually spasm. Almost 6 minutes. Almost 6. So our initial plunge, we lasted a total of 8 minutes. I felt completely refreshed afterwards. It was a very interesting experience, especially the first time. But as we progressed throughout the 90 days, it got a lot easier to do the plunges. So there you go. First cold dip. 8 minutes. Oh my God. So we're just gonna ease off things. Oh, that is crazy. We're gonna dry off. Yeah, that's that is some other experience, I tell you guys. That first dip though, holy crow, dude, is that cold? So subsequent ice baths got easier and easier to do. And by 15 days into our experiment, we noticed some interesting numbers when we looked at our fitness tracker. What we could see in the data we were collecting was our FTP was already increasing. There were 3 marks within the first 15 days that the FTP had actually gone up. In addition to that, we saw ourselves move from a situation where we were potentially overtraining, where we actually moved into a zone where we were optimized for fitness gains. Over the period of 90 days, we saw our fitness increase at a constant rate while pretty much maintaining the standard rides that we always do. So what we can speculate based on this data, as well as some of the research that is out there, was the ice bath was helping me with recovery. So it was likely taking away some of the edge from the delayed onset muscle soreness that I might have experienced normally, as well as it seemed to help me sleep at night. And for anybody that does any kind of fitness training knows that sleep is such a key component in recovery. And I think these are the reasons why these ice baths helped me get these gains. So we kept our training consistent over the 90-day period. We continued to train and race as we would normally until the 90-day mark, in which time it was time again for an FTP test. So today's the day we're going to do an FTP test. We're going to live stream it so everybody can see sort of what gains that we've made during this process. I know a lot of you have watched me race and train throughout the last 90 days. Hopefully we will see a bit of an increase, but we're going to jump online, do this test, and see what the final numbers actually are. We had gained 11 watts over the 90 days, and that we really hadn't had any major setbacks. There were times where my muscles were sore, and I think the ice bath helped me get back on the bike a lot quicker than if I hadn't been doing the ice baths whatsoever. So, did taking ice baths help me become a faster cyclist? I think based on the data that we have and what the graphs show, as well as the 11-point FTP increase, which equals about 3.05 watts per kilogram, overall, it did help me come that little bit faster. I do plan on using the ice bath as part of the regular routine for training and getting ready for races this coming season. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button so you get notifications, and until next time, see you.